So, oh. This cold is gonna fucking, oh god almighty, I'm so sick of it. Taking a little break from those for a little bit. And tomorrow's the in-houses. That's fine. Oh, good to know. Peace out. Thank you.
Purabil just resubbed for 99 months.
Had a few duff results this year. Bournemouth job is available. At current. But they're also bottom of the Premier League. That was bad. That was bad.
Into a fully functioning restaurant.
Once the system is implemented, I think that will make it much, much smoother.
So we did that one and we did not get a bingo. It wasn't even really close. Shows the customers how dirty the kitchen is. I think we've seen this one.
Seeing as the owner's vegetarian.
Yeah. Hot but a bad owner. This has to be Florida's worst dish ever. Damn, Ashton going off. This, by the way, this little tiny cursor. What the heck? How am I meant to see where my cursor is? It's so invisible. We got money. We could sign someone, but I don't know what I need. Damn, that's a lot of money. Why is it that they say they've been around kitchens all their life but never go on to become kitchen salesmen? This is a very good question. Damn, this guy is ridiculously good. He doesn't have an agent? Jesus. Got fucking ding dong ditched earlier. You believe that? Saka is still playing. He's 36 though. I am very annoyed that Nelson Wiper has gone on to be a fairly good striker. Yeah, out of the puck baseball. God, this lad is nuts. Wow. Why is he not doing so well this year? Well, they're bringing him on as a sub a lot. He got an 8 in 28 games. That is crazy. How old is he? 29. We get 3 years out of him. That is so much money. We can't even do that. God. He's not better than what we've already got. Man, this is tough. Joe Apples. This guy's name is Joe Apples. We're not going to get anyone. What I would like is for the board to be like, we have so much money, we're going to give you 300 million transfer budget. That would be nice. Good evening from Lincoln. Oh, stay safe. I owe the club that much. That's nice. I do think the desire for players to leave Bayern Munich because the Bundesliga isn't big enough. I don't know. Pretty sure if you're getting paid 475 grand a week, you're going to be fine. Wow, they sound how Neves. It's very safe, just boring. I don't think I've ever seen... I've never been to Lincoln. Let's have a look and see what Lincoln is like. Lindum Colonia was the Roman settlement which is now the city of Lincoln. It was founded as a Roman legionary fortress. That's pretty cool. Lincoln city centre. Oh, it looks nice and... I didn't know it was on the water. That's my bad. This isn't the best angle. Wickford Way. Come down here. Nice big old-fashioned church. Classic northern red brick. Let's have a little jaunt down the high street. There's a ale house and kitchen. The Dandelion. Coming up here. The Rogue Saint. I guess that's a pub. Rock Retro Vintage Clothing. Cool. That's pedestrianised. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, it's just your bog standard. A Tilbury Cavalry? You're fucking joking, lad. Of course it's got a canal. It's a northern fucking city. God damn. I actually thought the Chinese restaurant had a racist name. I actually thought it said, you know, something unpleasant. Whew. Lincoln Cathedral used to be the tallest building in the world. How far we've come. Steep hill. Some might describe that as a little technique I like to call fresh frozen. Which is, you know, look, if when you've been around food as long as Cece has, you become aware of things. And fresh frozen, you know, it's absolutely a thing, 100%. And quite frankly, I'm surprised you don't know about it, Chef Gordon Ramsay. So there is a difference between that and that. That green says strong, and this one says good, and this one says strong, and this one, which you can see is different, says fairly decent. And this one says strong. Fairly decent is not the best descriptor, is it? How is it? Fairly decent. How good is that? It's decent. Fairly decent. Really very nice and good. We really need to start racking up some Bundesliga wins because we have a 1-point lead at the top of the table right now. I'm sorry, ref. I didn't realize that we were allowed to just assault players. To just fucking smash them to bits. That's silly of me. I didn't know that was a thing. Libor Hanko and their other striker is called Manuel Blanco. The old Hanko-Blanco partnership. To be feared. I mean, you know, appeared positively chuffed and appeared extremely delighted. As an English speaker, I could not tell you which of those is the more extreme adjective. Only the originals, Dave. And the question earlier about the one that got taken down because they sued, I don't know how to get that one. If you can find me it on Daily Motion or some shit, maybe I can watch it. Yes, Tressford! Alright, I found the website. I found it. Wrath! Can you post a link, Linda? Chuffed does definitely not mean that. Oh, I've got to join Vimeo. Do I have an account for them? Oh, baby. Tonight. Yes! Good job. Well done. Well located. Chuffed is more self-satisfied and reserved. No. No. Mate, I am chuffed. Chuffed to bits with that. Deep in thought. Yeah, but look, I know what chuffed means. What I'm saying is that when you look at their morale after the team talk, it's very hard to tell which is the most positive. And if they're happy with what you've said, why do we also need it to say something beyond that? Why do we need it to say appeared positively delighted, appeared absolutely chuffed beyond words? Like, all right, delighted is also a very extreme. It should just give me some actual detail here. Like when it shows their morale and there's an arrow that goes from straight up to straight down, I know what's happening here. And when you warn them, don't get complacent, they're like, ugh! And you can't point out to them, lads, in our last 5 games, we've given away a goal in the last 10 minutes. Out of 3 out of those 5. Can't be having that today. They will punish us. Stay focused right to the very end. And they're like, oh, how dare you? Drago, you're wrong. You can't be telling me that there's a specific occasion you would use the word chuffed. That someone would say, mate, I'm so chuffed. Chuffed? Or, no. Chuffed is the wrong word there. It's too vague. It's too vague. Joe Navarro. Crazy Joe Navarro. But mate, positively chuffed is one of the highest ones you can get in this. I want to know what is the foreign version of that. Like in the Spanish language version, what does it say? What is the equivalent for absolutely chuffed? What the actual fuck, boys? Seemed very motivated. Appeared inspired. Looked fired up. Understands as he is carrying an injury. Looked fired up. Motivated. Seemed very motivated. Focused. What does any of it mean? What does any of it mean? If Stuttgart win their game in hand, they're gonna have a fucking 3-point lead. Right, let's finish the CC episode and then we're gonna watch this Vimeo one. I'm just gonna say one word, and you guys give me a absolutely or a, oh, Perian, you're way wide of the mark here. All right, you ready? The one word is Trump. Guarantee you. I would put $5,000 right now that she's a Trump voter. And would drop the, my restaurant went to shit and Joe Biden didn't do nothing about it. Oh yeah, that's true. She could be saying. Thanks, Obama. Yeah, you're right. It's early. It's the end of the 2000s / early 2010s. So it's at this point it's all still Obama's fault. Put it in the net! I'll be honest with you, I think they just thought there's no way anyone's going to vote for this guy. Like, I honestly think they just thought, they've been saying for years, they go low, we go high, and, you know, we shouldn't be mean, and we fight on a positive message, and he just comes in and says, you guys suck, and you all stink, and your wives are ugly, and your husbands are ugly, and you smell, and I think you probably eat cat food. And everyone's like, oh, we don't stoop to that level. And I think they honestly thought that people would look at his campaign and the kind of lunatics he was surrounding himself with and be like, I ain't voting for that. Same as for the Remainers. You know, that whole thing was like, there's no way anyone's going to be stupid enough to vote for this. I also know that there's a decent chance that there was at least some fiddling. He even basically said as much. Elon fixed all the machines over there. He knows how it all works. My beautiful Christians, I just need you to vote this one time. You won't need to worry about it again. Yeah, a lot of people didn't vote, which is insane. Like, if the choice is between what they've got now and pretty much any form of status quo, it's crazy. A hell of a lot of people did not vote. I will say one of the arguments against needing ID to vote is that it affects poor and essentially disenfranchised people more. But don't think the argument against it is particularly strong, because you can't even rent a house without ID. You can't have a bank account. You can't get a car loan. You can't get a driving license. Like, what's happening? That you literally have no form of ID. Who could live like that in the modern world? My kids have ID. So the idea that having ID is somehow, like, too great a bridge. And it's just, you're literally giving them the exact talking point of, the Dems don't want you to have voter ID because they want illegals to vote. That's their whole plan. And, you know, it's all fake voters. And that's why they're against voter ID. It's literally free ammunition for them. And to me, it's like, the arguments against it are just pretty shit. If people, like, who is voting that has no ID? I did see that. I turned off his computer. 5 minutes later, it's on again. I said, how did you do that? He's very good with computers. It's amazing. Yeah. Can you guys believe it? He can turn his computer not just off, but on. He can turn it off and he can turn it on again. I mean, you know, far be it for me to judge anybody here, but that just says talent. So answer me this: if it's hard to get ID, how do they do anything that requires ID? Like, in some states you have to jump through hoops and deal with the slowness of bureaucracy. Most Americans, I feel like most American adults have a car, right? Do these people who don't have any form of ID, do they have no bank account, they don't drive a car, they don't rent a property, they've never taken a loan, they've never had to fucking open any kind of account anywhere in any form? I'm just astonished. God, crazy. I mean, I will say, are those same people also desperate to vote? Or do they just sort of not really give a shit anyway? Like, if you don't even have the wherewithal to acquire some form of identification as an adult in the 21st century, you're also going to be like, can't wait to vote. I've really been paying attention to this election. I don't think they give a shit. I doubt those people even know the election is on. I just can't imagine living like that. Having literally no form of ID to me just seems wild. But hey, you're right. Maybe it's different in America. Y'all are pretty special. Nice work, everyone. That was good. Ooh. Looked delighted. Appeared positively chuffed. Looked extremely delighted. Their demeanor is professional. Whereas this person is composed. There's a difference. Petulant. Penitent? No, he meant petulant, but he doesn't know how to say the word. He says everything, and something, and nothing, and petulant. There are a couple of things he says wrong. It makes me laugh. He's not a specially educated guy, Gordo. He's just a lad, you know? He's just very good at cooking. He's a very savvy businessman. But I think quite a lot of the stuff that he says, when you look at the way these restaurants are run, a lot of the stuff he says, it is common sense. It's genuinely not rocket science, a lot of the stuff. Like, for example, we've been cooking the same food for 20 years. And he's like, maybe you should change your menu. And they're like, well, the customers we have like it. It's like, yeah, but you're getting 3 tables a night. Like, that's not common sense. You don't need to be an expert to figure that out. You don't think rocket scientists are very good at cooking? I don't know. As long as what you are cooking, you want it to be cooked extremely quickly at exceedingly high temperatures. Great ball. Werner von Braun died at 65. If we can come into form at the right time, we're on for the treble. Actually, the quadruple, because we won the Super Cup. We lost in the FIFA Super Club World Club Cup. No, we didn't win the Champions League. Lost the final two. Real fucking Madrid, as usual. (3-0). Eze scores. Elias Bum. Giuseppe Gatto. I wonder if he's Italian. Oh, shit. That is not an FM thing. There have traditionally been a lot of Brazilians in the Japanese league. I don't know why. I took Bournemouth from League One to being the best team in the world. Porkies and Humphrey October. So, Porkies is terrible. But Humphrey October is an absolute fucking masterpiece. I said speak your mind, Jack, but Jesus. I'm a politician, which means when I'm not kissing babies, I'm taking lollipops from them. It is indeed sexual assault, the movie. But hey, it was the style at the time. Very nice. Well done, team. Isn't there a YouTube channel called This Age Terribly or something like that? I'm sure they've done Porkies at some point. Oh, fuck me. These press conferences are absolutely doing my nut. Alright, no offense. I really hope that this isn't one of those kitchens where they've got these 4 lads in from south of the border and they don't speak any English. Gordon's like, right, so a simple avocado and walnut jus with, and they're just like, what the fuck is he saying? Oh, it always makes me laugh. Bless these lads. Okay. There is too much butter on those trays. Okay? There is too much butter on those trays. No. Uno, dos, tres. That's a bit of a Faulty Tower classic for you there. My favourite Bond movie is From Russia with Love. And this is my favourite scene.
Drink. Chloral hydrate. Quick but mild. And? Take it easy, 007. Fire escape route's only for one. What are you after? The girl or the lector?
Do we dare take bets if she blamed her migrant workers? We've already established. I mean, yeah. Another free square would be that those of us watching suspect that the owners are now MAGA. It's not just a visual guide, though, Lobster Gator. Have you come here for your nightly having a pop at Gordo? Because it feels like it. You're right on time. Congratulations. Yeah, just leave Gordo alone. Okay? How long is Scotter out for? Fucking 2 months. Wirtz, 2 weeks. We're on this lad. We're relying on this young chap here, who's just a wee slip of a lad. 5'4". Yeah. Oh, so you're gonna have to do a bit more fucking getting up and down. These lads are not as happy as I wish. You could always check someone's chat history as the streamer. So, you know that the people on the TV show aren't in chat. Right? Arsov's work rate? Let's find out. $13. Oh, Victor, Victor, Victor. Roth's Wrath? Hey, he got some games. Oh dear, what have I done here? Oh shit, I pushed the wrong button, didn't I? Oh no, what did I push? People always comes down on Bourne movie shaky cams, and I appreciate frustration, but some of the fights in the series feels real and visceral. The earlier movies aren't cut intensive, it's long and clinching struggles, but with a shaky cam. I don't know, I guess the shaky cam shit is just... If you look at movies from the sort of early to mid 2010s, the shaky cam is insane. Oh, he's one of the best, don't worry. But if we don't play Mathis Towell, one of our star players and a locker room leader, we lose the whole club. We'll lose the locker room. And we can't be having that. Yes, Tresford. Nobody watched any of my YouTube videos. So the last few times I put something up, especially the, you know what really knocked me for six? When the Guide to Dota 2 Part 2 did nothing. I was like, damn, I really thought this would, like, maybe some nostalgia. People would be happy to see a Dota guide again. But I think there was a Reddit post about it. It got like 2 fucking comments. People just... They don't watch shit on my channel anymore. I mean, at this point... Oh, if you're subbed to a channel, how often do you click on the subscribed list and scroll all the way through, right? Like, more often than not, it has to be recommended to you. And it's like, if your videos aren't getting watched, it's never going to pop up on someone's feed. It's just not going to... No one's going to see it. So, it just didn't do as well as I hoped it would, unfortunately. Just about to fucking bring him off as well. Joe, get in there. I mean, maybe you're not subscribed to many channels. I'm so offside. My subscribe list is insane. So, my subscribed list looks like this. So... You guys don't subscribe to channels? I don't subscribe to them to use that list. I do it because when I go to my page, it shows me videos from subscribed stuff first. Wow, PZ33, that's very different from what that chap earlier said. I watch a lot of videos on YouTube. I mean, can I be honest with you? I don't really have a job. I am essentially an unemployed father of two who rarely leaves the house and stays indoors playing video games all day. As pictures go, you'd think, what a fucking loser. Like, if you read some political opinion online you really disagreed with, and you'd find out who wrote it, it's like, ugh, this is just some fucking unemployed deadbeat dad. Probably sits around his house playing video games all day. You know what I'm saying? I think it depends, Jazzwald. I think if one person started it, as long as the other guy defends himself to the point where the fight is over, not because the guy is dead, but because you're not persisting. Like, if you were outside a nightclub waiting for a cab, and some lad comes over and starts shit with you and starts pushing you, maybe even takes a swing at you, you're entitled to fight back. This is UK law. If you pulled out a knife, you're now not getting away with self-defense. And if you took the knife out with the intention of using it, that would be much worse than if you just said, I was just waving it around, just trying to threaten him. And he ran at me and I don't know what happened. Maybe you could defend that way. But you are not allowed to escalate in terms of bringing a weapon of some kind. It has to be essentially a fair fight, for want of a better way of putting it. Unless you really feared for your life and you could make the case, this dude was twice my fucking size. Of course I grabbed this baseball bat. So, it's weird. Anyway, if after the fight, the lad that had started it ran away, and you chased him and beat him up more, you're fucked. Like, until you have no defense. Because you've no longer got the self-defense. You went looking for that extra fight. So now he started a fight and that was bad, but you might get it worse if you chased him down and beat him up. It's weird. Yeah, you can make a preemptive strike if you can demonstrate that you felt. And it can't just be that he was sitting down and he said, oh, I'm going to fucking kill you, so I shot him. But yeah, if it's like, you know, let's say someone is trying to snatch a kid off the road and you run over and clock them, you know, I suppose you'd be alright there, wouldn't you? Oh shit. Oh shit. If the kid had a knife. Yeah. Oh shit. That's what I was saying, Gatchers.
Excuse me, sir, but it's time to eat.
Thank you.
Brad-Puncher just resubbed for 40 months.
Thank you. Ramadan Rama. That is a great fucking name. Ramadan Rama. What a name. If we don't win the Champions League this season, or the Bundesliga, I'm resigning and I'm going to try and get a job elsewhere. Prem. I would take one of the big Premier League jobs right now if I could. I almost applied for the Man U job, which was available, believe it or not. But then I thought, no. I have some dignity. Baker, man, you can't beat him! FM is funny like that. What was that? Get your acts together and start playing football. They were playing bloody musical statues in the first half is what they were doing. Get one goal here, we'll take that back. What was the keeper doing there? We'll take that back with us. Great run from Sir 2. And a lovely finish from Arsov. Gilmar's fucking exhausted. Oh my God, Gilmar! Drink some milk. Or yogurt. Or Gaviscon. I always have Gaviscon around the house. Right, team meeting. We've got to do better, boys. Excuse me? What the actual fuck? Things haven't been going that well for us. And I said, let's, you know, we can do better. We can do this. And they were fucking furious to a man. That took 25% off their morale instantly. So dumb. Just don't ever talk to the players. You know what? Don't. Joe! The morale is a massive problem. God forbid I try to rally the lads. That's one. Nice title chase while it lasted, was the comment there. Oi, 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 oi. We're now going to score 3 against Madrid here. Oh, hold on. Elvis. Big game. Oh, fuck off. You know, the cheerleaders. Well, imagine that most of the time throughout the history of sport, the main people watching, barring a few outliers, as in sports that perhaps might be a little more in favor of both men and women, traditionally the people going to NFL games, hockey games, baseball games, was men. I mean, if you go to a football match over here, it's almost all blokes. Like, even nowadays. So cheerleaders are something that appeals to dudes a lot of the time. I'm a fan. And if you want to get people to cheer, it's a hell of a lot easier when you just have hot cheerleaders. Here we go. We need to score early and often. How do we not get Rakov, whatever that is? They're kind of fucking on us, actually. There was a good documentary about the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders team. Mrs. F and the kids watched it. I watched a bit of it. They take it very seriously. Love when we have the ball in their box and then we have to work it back out again. Yes, Trasford! That's one back. They should have them at the Olympics. Damn, Gatches, that's terrible. Come on, lads! I think you should have them at the Olympics. And for the 100 meters, the entire 100 meters should be lined with cheerleaders. Scantily clad, large-breasted cheerleaders. I think that would make the race a hell of a lot more interesting. Especially if the runners got distracted. Any of the swimming tasks, I would like cheerleaders because it's so boring. Referee! That's a fucking disgrace! Oh! Come on, lads, please. offside. Ugh! Man, lads, if we do win this game, I'm gonna fucking come everywhere. Come on, there's one more chance. One more chance! Fuck! 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 I'm going to storm out. There's no fucking Premier League jobs. Okay, so after the episode, Cece continued to follow his advice. She kept the smaller menu, used fresh ingredients, hopeful for the future. Gordon revisits, and it's closed. Gordon talks to server Ashton, who reports she went back to her old ways. Cece raised prices, made the portions smaller. Gordon visits her at home. She says it was time to sell it anyway, to focus on her family. Oh wow, she lost a load of weight due to stress, and they closed in April 2010. Cece and Michael have separated. There's now Nino's of Boca has opened. The East Side restaurant of Nino's on the West Side. That restaurant closed in 2016. He did indeed say the forecast, yeah, will be full of tears. Have we seen this one?
Miami, Florida, known for its beautiful people.
Right. Orlando is a classically trained chef.
Very Danish food today, huh?
I'm almost certain we saw this one. But wait, what was the name of the restaurant? Just to be sure.
Latin-inspired culture. And an ideal place for a Danish restaurant?
That rings a bell.
Traditional Danish food.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that.
Andy and his wife Suzanne purchased the successful restaurant Fleming, a taste of Denmark.
Fleming, a taste of Fleming. We've done this one. I'm 90% sure. Yeah, we've done this one. Oh yeah, it was kind of a fake. They cried fake. I remember now. Oh, we've got the forbidden episode we can watch. This is season 3, episode 14. How do I get rid of this shit? No. Oh, whatever. I'm gonna say. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Clip Club, I agree. What is going on with the lads here this season? Huh? Maybe Doziak isn't actually as good as I hoped he was. Oh, we're going to find out all the details. Don't worry. Bingo coded. The youth. Well done, half a heart G. I missed the flares we got in Sweden. Why have the lads stopped playing football? Oh, is that what they heard? You know what upsets me about that? Genuinely. Oh, yeah, fresh frozen. You're right. Genuinely what upsets me is that this guy has asked Gordon Ramsay in to help him, and he's trying to, like, sneak one by him. It's like if you went to the doctor and the doctor said, right, what seems to be the problem? And you thought, I won't tell him about all that blood I've been urinating. The fuck are you doing? Like, if you went to the doctor and he said, right, how can I help you? Or she. In my case, all my doctors are ladies apart from one fella. And she was like, right, what seems to be the problem? Fucking nothing. My body's amazing. I'm in perfect health. But this isn't about embarrassment, Bob Sickle. This is going to the doctors specifically because you are sick. And you know you're sick and you've made an appointment. And when they say to you, right, what seems to be the problem? You just say, nothing. Nothing. I'm absolutely fine. Why'd you make the appointment? I need you to help me. With what? Well, it's not me. I'm fine. It's mad. I would love to cook a meal for Gordon Ramsay and have him tell me what I fucking did wrong. I'd love that. You can and absolutely should put warm food in the fridge. 100%. Okay? Anyone that tells you let it cool down before you put it in the fridge, incorrect. Okay? And the problem he's got is that they're keeping things that they've cooked in a warmer. So they've got this little hot box. So you cook something that you're going to need in a minute. You put it in there to keep it warm, but it doesn't cook it. And then you can take it out and you've got it, is the idea, I guess. But he had cooked seafood in there that was being kept at room temperature. And as soon as it cools, that extra heat and that moisture in that sweaty thing is a fucking breeding ground for bacteria. And seafood is like the worst one, as everybody knows, for getting unbelievably sick. Incredible. Really incredible. Matthias, you're coming in for Dosek. Like, that's what his whole point was. You're keeping this stuff at the worst possible temperature to be keeping it. Like, it's bad enough you're doing this, but then you're literally making it as bad as possible. Referee! So, Drago, that's like the old way of, like, old fridges. I can't think of a modern fridge that would freak out and spoil all the other food. It's wrong. I really do. I mean, if you're putting in, like, 5 huge hot things, fair enough, but if you've got some leftovers of some kind, rice especially, you got to get that shit in the fridge. Otherwise, you're just waiting for it to cool down is when all the bacteria comes alive and multiplies. Then you put it in the fridge so it goes to sleep. Then you heat it back up again so you got all this fucking bacteria in your food. And if you're microwaving something, some leftovers, the bits that you don't heat sufficiently, fucking, loads of it. And yeah, these are fucking restaurant fridges. They're huge. You can say play for set pieces, but I never really know what that command means. I don't know if it means that you should look to fuck around with the ball and get a free kick or what. I just turn it off because it seems dog. I mean, why would you play for a corner? Your whole setup is, we're going to play for corners. Like, they tell me to do it. And I'm like, we're Bayern Munich. We don't need to fucking play for set pieces like some League One team. And we've barely ever scored from set pieces. We generally have scored 1 goal from a free kick each season. And if you look at the league stats, it'll generally, if you look at player stats, all the players, even the very best players, will have scored 1 free kick. Right, but why are they asking me to do it against a lesser team? My ass man is like, we should play for set pieces, because we're strong at those. It's like, mate, we're 6-0 up. Not a great clearance there, young Gilmore. Yeah, we're being overrun in midfield. I feel like he should be way better than he is. True. Tone, that sounds like absolute shit. Cool it at room temperature? Placed within 1 to 2 hours? Get fucked. No way. Thank you very much. I'm putting it straight in the fridge. Just get it in the fucking fridge. I don't know. I wouldn't mind going to a smaller team, really. Saneen Saheen, I can't stop loving you. Saneen Saheen, you're our best keeper too. Saneen Saheen, please don't go to the Premier League. Ooh, well, Man U were top of the Premier League when I looked last. Well done, lads. Dick out? Let's find out. There he is. Max Dick Out. What a wonderful name. Max Dick Out. Yeah, we had Christian Tits. And now we got Max Dick Out. Keep those two apart. Anger issues is certainly one way to put it. I would say this guy is straight up caca cuckoo. Straight up pee pee poo poo. Hard though, Briss, when your brother is a clear psychopath and your older brother, and I think they're Middle Eastern, and I think Mo is Mohammed, so that's like, you don't have the same ability to speak out against your like older brother and shit. Like, I know that we have a relative in the family who's married a Vietnamese girl, and in the Vietnamese culture, whatever your parents say, you do until you get married, and at that point your husband is in charge. But if you have sisters and brothers, if you're the oldest sister and all you have is younger brothers and sisters, they all have to call you auntie. But if one of those younger siblings marries someone older, you don't get the auntie thing anymore. They've essentially gone up in rank because they've married someone older. So even though she's a little bit younger than me, and she calls me Uncle Ted, and the kids have to call me Uncle Ted when they were little, technically she's married to one of Mrs. F's older relatives. Not much older. But even though she's younger than me, I have to call her auntie. So I've had to start doing that. When she told me, I was like, alright. So now she's auntie. It's just like a respectful term. It's not literally auntie. But imagine an honorific for a woman who is older than you and is not, you know, essentially has seniority over you. Antichrist, it comes up quite often when people ask questions. I can't say I refer you to the VOD of and give a date. I mean, it's not uncommon. I definitely had to call, when the kids were little, they had to call pretty much any older person auntie or uncle. But it's not as rigid. It's just literally for little kids. But she has to do it the whole time. And you have to actually have a conversation. I said, do you have a conversation when you get together and figure out who's senior? And she's like, yeah, of course. Got to. Referee, that is a disgrace. I don't know if you'd call your sister or brother, there might be a different term. You might have to say like big sister or big brother, something like that. It might not be specifically auntie for siblings. I'll ask her. Oh! A lot of stuff doesn't have a direct translation, you know? I hate having a cold so much. It's so fucking tedious. Yet, still, and despite. Sky Spy, are you translating from English into other languages, or vice versa? Good, good. Learning Spanish at work and trying to navigate it. So is there not a despite equivalent in Spanish? Let's find out. So in German, despite is trotz. Trotz. In Spanish, it's a pesar de.
A pesar de.
A pesar de. Which is also like notwithstanding.
I'm not here to blow smoke up your ass, let me tell you that.
Hell yes, Gordon. Hell yes, brother. Oh my god, we're on for a triple. Are you fucking kidding me? This guy's crazy. Exactly, the wolf. I think it has to be the chef, right? Because his whole thing is they threw me under the bus. I was innocent. He talked those guys into firing me. My career as a chef has been ruined. Oh, I intend to keep watching the episode. You fucking French pig! That's still my favourite Gordo moment. Oh. Ref? Alright, let's not spoil shit. Ooh, that was an insult, actually. Because that almost came to blows. How? I bet these two lads, if you showed them anything that involved AI, they would believe it. My mum does. She shows AI TikToks to my daughter, and she's like, "Look how cute this hippo is. Look at him dancing." She's like, "Granny, that's AI." It's like, no, it's not. Look. They think it's fucking hilarious. Because she's deaf, she can't really hear the kids laughing their head off and try to explain it to her. Oh, it's the things our parents watch. I remember my dad came over to the UK, and they'd been somewhere for a week, and then they came to London, and we met him. And the place he was staying, I went to meet him, and we checked in and everything. And he gets in, he turns on the TV, and he finds Fox News. He goes, "Oh, finally, some fucking real news." And I like burst out laughing. Could not understand what I was. He was like, couldn't believe it. He did come to British, yeah. It's just all opinion dressed up as journalism. It's awful. Like, and people think that there's like a liberal bias in the news, right? I think the difference is that it would be like something happening that the BBC, even though they're definitely not a liberal news organisation, they're like pretty centrist. It would be like if, say, The Guardian or something like that literally made something up. Or some guy, literally, the police shoot a terrorist who's, like, on the run. You know, not on the run, he's, like, in the middle of an attack. If The Guardian came out and said that he was unarmed and just made shit up, and then we all said, well, yeah, of course you're going to say that. Like, they would report what happened. What they would not do is fucking make shit up. And they definitely wouldn't just call the politicians and say, "How do you want us to run this?" Like, putting a spin on something a politician does. That's what spin doctors do. Putting a spin on real life is not what a journalist is meant to do. But that's what they do. It is entertainment, not news. I mean, that's literally... They don't even list themselves as a news network, right? Damn, Marco Soto is fucking huge. How tall is this kid? He's 6'3". Ooh. You know what this means? If we play him out here, we can play him as a wide target forward. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Ah, they don't care. Fake news. Incredible phrase. Fake news. Do your research. Like, if someone tells you that what you're telling them is fake, what can you do? You can't argue with that. Because what's your starting point? Like, there's no middle ground there. He's a fucking Russian agent, guys. He's fucking piece of shit. You didn't see his report on Russia talking about how they had fresh bread there and shit like that? Like, it's fucking unbelievable. Do I not have a director of football? Oh, Sky Spy, that would be amazing. You know what? I was always hoping. I was like daydreaming about whether this would ever be possible, or if this would ever happen. Is that one of these guys flip flops, like one of the major right wing talking guys, and is like, I stopped believing in this shit some time ago, and as it's gotten crazier, I've believed it less and less, and I've been in these meetings and I've heard the way they talk. And I've produced this documentary with hidden footage and all of it to literally blow the lid off the whole thing. I wonder. I very much doubt he went back. So, Oceania. Here's what happened next. Oceania Grill is open, but with new owners. The new owners have vastly improved the restaurant. After filming, online posts seemed to suggest that nothing had changed. They thought the decor didn't look different. Unhappy customers were still shouted at by the brothers. The menu was mostly the same. A lot of the staff featured in the episode left the restaurant shortly after filming. Under the previous owners, there was rumored to be a promotion where you get a free drink for a review on TripAdvisor. The new owners of Oceania Grill sued Gordon and the production company in 2011. They wanted to try and prevent the airing of the show. An agreement was reached that they would only use clips if they paid the restaurant. There was to be an explanation that this was not the current state of the restaurant. In 2018, the owners sued again after a clip was shown on the Kitchen Nightmare social media page. They claimed it damaged the current reputation of the restaurant. So, it was aired on May 20th, 2011. It was filmed on January 2011, so they sold the place. Here's an article on Yahoo about why you can't find it. So they just said They didn't realise it would be so negatively depicted in a show called Kitchen Nightmares. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. I better call it a night there. I've got to get up early tomorrow, unfortunately. But I will be back tomorrow morning / afternoon. So join me then. Cheers for watching. Take it easy. Peace out.